How's it going, guys? My name is Jakefog and welcome back to episode number 70 of my Football Manager 2020 journey, here today with Leeds United, and this potentially is the beginning of the final series of this save. Obviously with Football Manager FM21 just round the corner, obviously the beta normally comes out 2 to 3 weeks before the game is released, which, I think the release date of the actual full game is the 24th of November, so it could be as soon as 2 weeks away could the beta. So obviously once that drops, I'm going to move straight over to FM21 content. So yeah, it's an exciting time to be creating Football Manager content. It always is when a new game is dropped, and obviously the prospect of this being my final season. I've just got to win it all. I don't have to win it all, but I really, really would like to win both the league and the Champions League. It's a massive ask, but as you have seen by the title, we've spent £191 million so far. Yes, that is absolutely correct. And you'll see in a moment the players that we have brought in, but obviously to accompany the fact that we have brought in these players, we have had to sell some. So I will talk you through the sales before we do talk about the players that have come in. A couple of them they're interesting ones. They're not really players that I intended to sell, but some players came available, or some offers came in that I didn't expect, and they were just too good to turn down. But before I do get into the transfers, as always, if you do enjoy today's episode, please do be sure to drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you are new around here or you are not already subscribed. I really do appreciate it, and it really, really does help me out. But now that's out of the way, let's talk about the transfers. So the first out, Carlos Elenya. I signed him, I believe, in about my second season, or possibly even my first season in the Premier League. He didn't feature in my squad at all. Last season he spent on loan in Sevilla. 2 seasons before that he barely played at all. But you can see here we signed him for £5.25 million at the beginning. Yeah, our first season in the Premier League, and we've managed to sell him on for £14 million. A player that was never going to play, and all in all, a pretty good bit of business. Leandro Garcia, a player that I held such high hopes for after we signed him from Lille a few seasons ago for just £14.5 million. You look at him here. He looks like a very, very good player. And obviously, he joined me when he was 18, 19 years old. And he just never really performed, and he didn't really develop as much as I hoped that as he would do. You can see there, 4 goals in 24 games, 4 goals in 25 games. Had a good season last season at Alaves, 16 goals in 36 games. But we sold him to Boca Juniors. It's a guaranteed fee of £32 million, potentially rising to £40 million. I think they've offered me £8 million if he plays 50 games for the club, which, to be honest, I think he probably will do. He's a star player for them, and he's very, very good for the level that he's playing at, so hopefully we'll have another £8 million coming in. But yeah, it's a shame to see him go, but unfortunately it's just one that didn't really work out, and we've made a pretty tidy profit on him. Doubled our money at least, potentially going to be tripling it nearly. Now this is one that definitely may come as a little bit of a shock. Alessandro Bastoni. He's gone to Milan. He was good. He was a very, very good player for me. Pretty much my first choice centre-back for the last, I think, 2 seasons. We'll just have a look at his history. You can see there, 21 games in his first season, 25 games in his second season, £13.25 million. And a player came up that is available who I did end up signing. So I just thought it'd be worth shifting Bastoni because the player that's coming will be replacing him. And you can see there, Milan offered me £50 million for him. And I can't turn it down. As hard as it is to turn down or to get rid of a player that's dropped a 7.27 and a 7.25 in consecutive seasons. Yeah, again, a player I've made massive money on, nearly quadrupled the amount that we signed him for. And you just can't turn it down. But yeah, it's a shame to see him go. A very, very good servant in the 2 years that he's played for me, but it was time to move on. And I think I'm pretty excited by the player that I've bought in. But there's one more sale, and now the next sale, I was not expecting. Pelayo Maria, the 24-year-old Spaniard. Obviously, he was my starting left winger, and I had absolutely no intentions of selling this guy. But, you'll see in a moment. Liverpool came in with a bid just out of nowhere. £73 million. That's right, £73 million. We signed him for £9 million. And I kind of debated it because I was looking at bringing in another left winger, not necessarily to be my starting left winger, but to at least provide competition. And I mean, this offer came in and it was kind of like, I looked at how he'd performed for me over the last few seasons. I mean, a 6.68, a 6.8, a 6.83, and a 7.06. Whilst his numbers are okay, 7 goals, 4 assists, he was just never like a top performer. And when you get offered 73 million for a player that doesn't necessarily perform that well, that consistently, week in, week out, I mean, I just had to take it. I mean, obviously, he's a fantastic player. You can see by his attributes here. He's an elite attacking midfielder. He can play in the middle. Obviously, I deployed him on the left. Maybe he'd be slightly more effective in the middle. I think he prefers playing in the middle. Very, very well-rounded. But we did train him quite well, I found, as a winger. You know, he's got good crossing, good technique, decent dribbling, and he's relatively quick as well. So, yeah, it's a shame to see him go. But 73 million for a player that's barely reached a 7 average rating in 4 seasons, I mean, you just can't say no. So that's all of the outs, and let's start talking about some of the ins. Now, this is a player I probably have mentioned before, Alaa Talat, 18-year-old Egyptian left-back. We agreed to sign him a little bit ago, maybe a season or so ago. And, I mean, you can see here, we signed him for £230,000. If you just look at him, he's fantastic. Unfortunately, he's not got a work permit. However, he's a starting left back for the Egyptian national side, so hopefully in a year's time, a full year of consistent international football, and he'll get that work permit. We'll be able to bring him back and provide some good competition to our left backs, because to be fair, he's not that far off being as good as my first choice wing backs in, I think, Alphonso Davies and Jonathan Panzo. So yeah, a very, very exciting player, one for the future. But unfortunately, with the way that this save's going, I might never get to use him, which is a shame. But yeah, he's very, very good. 5-star potential. He's out on loan at for the season. Virtus Entella, Serie A team. So yeah, should get solid Serie A minutes. Can't complain. Minutes at one of the highest level. Well, the highest level in Italy. One of the highest levels in world football. So yeah, hopefully he'll develop very, very nicely. And now we get into the really, really juicy stuff. Who you are seeing in front of you right now. The most recent addition actually to the squad, Bruno Costa, 19-year-old Portuguese wonder kid. I actually brought him in. I was looking for someone who can kind of provide backup to Ole Söderberg at first. Obviously, he's one of the best midfielders in the world, and he is my starting box-to-box midfielder. I was looking for someone who could, provide backup to him, and this guy came up. He's already 3.5-star current ability, which makes him allegedly my second best central midfielder straight off the bat. So he can play in that advanced playmaker role that what's his face, Thiago Fernandez currently plays for me. And well, we've not messed about. We signed him for £60 million. It's not all up front. Some of it is in instalments. But yeah, I mean, it's my last season potentially, so I just thought I've got to go big or I've got to go home. And yeah, this is a very exciting player. I can't wait to see him develop. 19 years old to already be this good with that potential, the wonder kid. I mean, this guy could really go on to be one of the best central midfielders in the world. Now, this man right here is a player I'm very, very, very excited about. He's been brought in as a direct replacement for Maria, and you can see right off the bat, in terms of a wing, he's a way more natural winger. Fantastic crossing, fantastic dribbling. All-round game isn't incredible, but he's got important stats, important attributes in the areas that matter. He's very, very quick. He's left-footed. He's only 20 years old. He's still got room to improve. One of the things I did whilst I had this guy scouted, and I wasn't sure whether or not to kind of bite the bullet and go for him. But I was kind of having a look. I was like, you know what, let's have a look at some of the Media Dream 11s. I went to the Bundesliga, and this guy was considered the best left winger in the Bundesliga. So I thought, you know what, 20 years old, I need a left winger. I need a top quality left winger. And I signed him for 63 million. I think 40 million of that is up front, and then 23 million paid over the next 3 years. And one of the things that really drew me to him, obviously, I saw his attributes and I was like, his all-round game doesn't look fantastic. But I just looked at how he did last season in the Bundesliga for Hamburger. 7.34 average rating, 10 goals, 3 assists in 33 appearances. The 3 assists is a little bit alarming, but 10 goals from the wing, you cannot go wrong to have an average rating like that. I mean, you compare that to Maria, who's 4 years older, has had plenty of time to settle into the club, and I think this guy potentially could be an absolute world beater. I mean, 4-star current ability, 5-star potential. I'm very excited about him. And last but not least, a player that I have had my eye on for a little while, and I thought with the price that I was able to get him at, with Bastoni leaving, I thought now was the time to bite the bullet. Welcome Bene, the 21-year-old Brazilian centre-back, will be partnering Franceschi, another Brazilian centre-back. Hopefully the two can form a fantastic partnership together. And I mean, this guy, you look at his technicals, they're not incredible, but those physicals on a centre-back, you just cannot ignore them. He's classed as an elite centre-back. He's got a realist personality. He's right-footed, which is handy because I'm going to be playing him on the right-hand side of a two-man pairing, which, as you can see there, is what he prefers. And yeah, I'm very, very, very excited about this guy. I think he could be absolutely fantastic for me. And again, just 21 years old, 5-star potential, still got room to grow. Came from Lazio for £68 million. I said I'm going all in. I'm going in. I'm not messing about. Decent season last season for Lazio. His first season in European football since coming across from Santos. And I just think, I think he's going to be really good. Obviously, the average ratings aren't incredible, but, a 20-year-old coming over, he would have been 20 last season for Lazio. A 20-year-old coming over into European football for the first time to finish with above a 7 average rating at that age, I think is very, very good and bodes very well for him. You can see, like I said, 3.5-star potential, 4-star, 3.5-star current ability, 4-star potential, slightly worse than Franceschi, but a very, very good player and will be a fantastic partner to him. And that's all the transfers. You can see here, transfer history. There's a few other players that have gone. A few players have gone out on free transfers that I have absolutely no interest in, and a few players gone out on loan. Robert Kennedy, actually, I will need to recall him because we actually have a little look at him here. He in 8 days, he gets Spanish nationality, which means he will get a work permit, so I'll be able to bring him back, and he will settle in as my second choice keeper. Very, very nice player, obviously, a long time ago. I signed him for £22,000, which, not too bad in the slightest. But yeah, looking forward to bringing him back and hopefully getting him some cup games. You can see here, 191 million spent, 169 million received. And the question is, do I still have money left? I've still got 92 million left, and I've still got 600 grand in the wage budget. So, am I done with my spending? I'm not too sure. But yeah, let me know in the comment section down below what you think of the transfer business. I don't normally do transfer windows like this. I'm always very focused on bringing in players for the future. Players that aren't going to instantly make the team better. But I thought this season, if I want to push on and hopefully make up those, I think, was it 6 points in the end that I lost the league by, to make up those 6 points, push me over that edge to get into the Champions League final and potentially win it. These are the kind of signings that I have to make. So I'm going all in, and this season it should be exciting. I'm going to try and get back to consistent uploads, get myself into a good routine heading into Football Manager 21. Obviously, sometimes you just need a little bit of a rest. Sometimes life gets in the way, and unfortunately, that's just kind of the way it's been for me recently. But now I've got some time. I've got a week off work. I've got some time to settle down, record some videos, and get myself ready. Get back the momentum, get myself back into that habit, going into what hopefully will be a fantastic year of content creation for Football Manager 2021. But enough of the talking, let's play a game. As always, we're starting the season with the Community Shield. Even though we didn't win the FA Cup or the league last season, Liverpool actually won the FA Cup and we finished second. So if the league winners win the FA Cup, it's first against second in the Community Shield. And obviously that is us. So it's exciting. What kind of a team do we want to put out? Are we gonna? Well, we're gonna have to start all of the new boys. Sepe is gonna have to start in goal because Pavlenka, does have a little bit of a knock, unfortunately for him. So he actually, you know what? Let's bring in a different player. Let's bring in one of the kids. Let's bring in Jake Scott. He's never played for me, so why not start him in a game like this? It doesn't really mean a right lot to me. Bruno Costa, I'm not going to get him in from the get-go. I'm going to actually start with Thiago Fernandez. I'll probably bring Bruno Costa off the bench later on. But anyway, so we do actually have 3 debuts today. even though only 2 of the new signings are playing, as Jake Scott is starting in goal with Bene, one of his fellow debutants, partnering Franceschi with Phillips just in front of him, Panzo at left wing back, Barrientos at right wing back, Soderberg and Fernandez in the middle. A very, very familiar midfield trio that we all know and love. Caramese, I have no idea, making his debut on the left-hand side. Vignato's on the right and Hermoso up top as that lone striker. Couple of squad numbers, 3 squad numbers are going to be needed to be given out. So we'll give Jake Scott number 33. Bene, you can have number 5. And Bruno Costa, there's not many numbers left for you. You could be 33 for the season. That's a little bit unfair, isn't it? Making him number 33. But let's submit the numbers. And let's get into our first game of the season. Be interesting to see how we do. Be interesting to see if Maria starts. Maria does indeed start, making his debut for Liverpool. And a decent Liverpool side. But hopefully we can get the better of them today as we'll get into the game. Our first game of potentially the final season of this series. And here we go. 10 minutes in. No action so far. A couple shots for Liverpool, but none of them obviously have been highlight worthy so far. We're really dominating the ball very, very nicely here. 69% possession in the first half of this first half. As we're approaching the half-hour mark, still nothing has happened. Franceschi's picked up a yellow card. And, is this going to be a little bit of a damp squib to start off the season? Potentially. Are we starting off the season with a highlight-free first half? Yes, we are. Okay, thanks for that game. Well, at least Bene's playing well. He's on a 7. I'm far from pleased with what I just saw from this team. Let's try and G them up a little bit. Try and get the best out of them. It's good to see Caramese dropping a nice 6.5. You truly, truly do hate to see it as Liverpool getting themselves back into this game a little bit more, getting a little bit more control over the ball. But we are still yet to see a highlight as we are past the hour mark. We're going to get Kelvin Ibrahim on. And let's get Bruno Costa in that advanced playmaker role. Bring him on for his debut. Let's see if he can spark something, a little bit of magic to get this game going. And highlight, oh my God, 76th minute and we're finally seeing a highlight. Torreira on the ball in the middle to Florentino. Try fault goes back to the Russian centre-back whose name I'm not going to try and pronounce very, very quickly in the short space of time that I have to read his name. But Vignato wins the ball, has a go at goal. Caramese picks it up, driving through on goal, and his shot is straight at the Liverpool goalkeeper, but not long after that we do have a corner. Phillips is going to play it in. Can he find a Leeds United man? He finds Ibrahim sneaking in at the edge of the 6-yard box, and he fires it home. Come on, 77 minutes in. I mean, the corner's just eluded everyone, and Ibrahim reacts fantastically, slotting it home first time with his weaker left foot. His first goal, hopefully of many for the season. Now Liverpool throwing in a dangerous area. Fabinho, and that's a poor ball. Caramese going to use that speed. Show us what you can do, son. He's going to cut inside. Is he going to go alone, or is he going to find a man in the middle? He goes alone, and his shot is saved. Not the best shot, but it was destined for the bottom corner. Becker plays it out. Good work from Caramese to pick it up. Now Bruno Costa to Panzo to Kamais, Ibrahim through on goal. What a finish, Ibrahim. I'm just going to call him Tolga. Tolga with his first assist of the season. Hopefully his first of many. Kelvin Ibrahim with his second goal of the game. And I'm expecting big things from that young man this season. Great touch to take it past a defender. Opens his body up fantastically and fires home into that far corner. And I tell you what, we are looking good. This is the kind of performance that we want to see to kick off the season. Community Shield win, hopefully coming our way. I'm not sure if we've ever won the Community Shield actually in this series. That's something that I'm going to have to check out. As Ibrahim, can he turn provider? Bruno Costa on his debut, assisted by Tolga. You truly love to see it, and that is 3-0, and that surely is going to be the game. There's got to be no way back for Liverpool now, as we'll watch it in 3D, headed clear by Chris Metham. It's a poor clearance, headed down. Bruno Costa, what a strike with his, I believe, weaker left foot into that near top corner. And we lead 3-0 as time is ticking away, and there we go. There is a trophy celebration going on right now, but because I'm in 2D, I cannot see it. We'll go to the post-match. A great performance. Really special, lads. No one gave you a chance, and you performed magnificently. Well, that's not bad. Have we ever won it? Oh yeah, we won it. We won it 2 seasons ago when we beat Man United. It's not too shabby. You can see we've been in the Community Shield for the last 5 seasons. Leeds United lift FA Cup, FA Community Shields. So what's that? If we win the Community Shield, the League Cup, the FA Cup, the Premier League, and the Champions League, we're going for the quintuple. Quintuple? I think that's right. We're going for the quintuple. But anyway, what a great start to the season. First game, I'll probably next episode. I'll probably bring you the start of the Champions League group stages. I want to try and get through this season fairly quickly, so that's probably the game that I'll come back for, possibly even the second one, and double that with the Manchester City game. That might be quite a good episode, a very important episode as well. Obviously, they're one of the teams that could potentially be challenging for the title this year. But anyway, that is where I'm going to finish off today's episode. As always, if you have enjoyed, please do be sure to leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you are new around here, and I'll catch you in the next episode.